On today's episode of Recipe Rehab, the chefs are battling burgers and fries with calories that come in at 1,057 but will be brought down to 319 per serving. Find out how they did it and who's tasted the best.
Oh my gosh, that's really good.
The Stellars love their burgers, but this meal's going to need a serious rehab if it's going to stay in the house. Let's see how our first competitor, Chef Jet, is going to cut the calories.
I'm not gonna lie, I love burgers. I also like beef burgers, but we can't be eating them all the time. So let me show you a healthy alternative that still does not compromise on flavor. I'm gonna be starting with turkey. This is lean turkey. Most store-bought turkey is probably about 90 to 93% lean. A little bit of parsley. Let's really kick up the flavor now. Worcestershire sauce. I'm gonna do a little Dijon mustard. And then I want a little bit of garlic salt as well. So don't be scared of really flavoring this.
Now for Jet's competitor in the yellow kitchen, Chef Laura.
Today, we're making old school burger and fries, but a much healthier version. So what I'm using is lean ground sirloin. By using a lean cut of meat, you're cutting out a lot of fat right there. Now to it, I'm gonna add in some kosher salt. I wanna just mix it enough so that the salt and pepper is mixed through the meat, but not so much that it comes out super tough. And now just using your hands, you wanna form this into a patty. You wanna make a little dimple in the center because when you go to cook your burgers, it's gonna plump up and you're not gonna left with a baseball in your skillet instead of a burger patty. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let the meat rest for about 10 minutes. I'm just gonna stick it into the fridge and then we'll work on our potatoes.
I've got about a ½ pound of turkey in here. I've got all my seasonings. And let's just get that all together. That's smelling amazing already. So once you get it loosely together, I'm gonna split this in half, and then I'm gonna form these into very cool patties. And there we go. That looks awesome. Just hit it with a little bit of pan oil or pan spray, just to get that top sizzling. And I'm gonna start these turkey burgers going.
Now it's time to work on the potatoes. And all I'm doing is cutting the potatoes in quarters lengthwise. Why am I doing that? Because I want to get a classic fry shape, just like that. Now that we have that done, time to season them. I'm gonna put in some vegetable oil and some salt and pepper. And I have my baking sheet that my fries are gonna go on into the oven preheating. This is a trick I use all the time when I want the crispy fries, but without using a deep fryer. I make sure that the baking sheet is nice and hot, so when I put the fries on there, the bottom immediately gets cooked, so it develops a crust, which is fabulous. You should be able to hear. You hear that? That's exactly what you're looking for. Make sure they're one even layer. Now these are gonna go back into the oven until they're golden brown and crispy.
Okay, so French fries without the fry. What we're gonna do is I'm starting with some russet potatoes. We're gonna cut these potatoes in quarters, going into the bowl. Where you're saving here is going to be not deep frying, because that's really where you're picking up a lot of fat. What we're gonna do is, again, use my pan spray, and to get a nice season on this, let's go a little bit of salt and pepper. To take this to a whole nother level is going to be a little bit of Italian seasoning. So any spices you really love, like cumin fries are probably some of my favorite. Curry fries work really well. So that's ready to go. And you wanna make sure a little bit of air can get in between these potatoes, and that's gonna simulate a nice frying.
Now, my burger was in the fridge for 10 minutes and then I let it come to room temperature for about 5 minutes because you never want to cook something straight out of the fridge. It kind of makes it seize up and it gets really tough, and that's not what we're looking for. So, my cast iron skillet's really nice and hot. Now you're gonna put it in. That is the sound you're looking for. Now, I like my burger to be about medium to medium well, but not overcooked and well done. So I know that 3 minutes on each side is gonna be the perfect temperature. But of course, you can cook it up to your liking. If you like it well done, just cook it for longer. It's completely up to you. So let that cook, and then we'll pretty much put the whole thing together.
Let me build this really beautiful burger. So onions, 2 pieces of tomato, a little bit of sauce, or a lot of sauce. And I think feta is gonna make an amazing burger here. And I'm gonna back those fries up to that burger. So there we go, the Jet Tila turkey burger with wedge fries.
Let's check out the stats board. The meal that the Stellars have been making comes in at 1,057 calories per serving with 53 grams of fat. Jet's recipe brings his dish to 657 calories per serving with only 11.8 grams of fat.
Now that my burger's pretty much all the way cooked through, now I'm going to put a slice of cheese right on top. Now while that's melting, I'm going to quickly mix together a little bit of light mayo and some ketchup. Now, Jet, you better have a good burger on your hands because let me tell you, buddy, I don't know if you can beat this one. Take some of your sauce, top it with some tomatoes, some red onion. Unless you're having a date, then I would tell you not to. That is a mile-high burger right there. Yum, yum, yum. You never know. They're not deeply fried. That to me is a burger and fries you can be proud to serve to your kids.
Laura rehabs her recipe to come in at 619 calories per serving and only 23.8 grams of fat. The calories have been cut. Now let's see who triumphs on taste.
Isn't that good? Do you like it, Paul?
Yes. I love it.
This is pretty darn good.
We had a little powwow and decided that we like, drum roll, the green recipe.
Jet wins.
Awesome.
Jet, what can I say? You won this one, but don't celebrate too early because I'm gonna be back for you.
To see more Recipe Rehab, subscribe or watch another episode right now.